What is going on, guys? You're here from Maji and Jay. Today coming with the unboxing finally of the Samsung Galaxy Note 10 Plus replica, and I'll be comparing it to the original Samsung Galaxy Note 10 Plus, which is the one here on my right hand side. This one came from a local retail store. To be specific, it was Best Buy, and I got the unlocked version of it. It is 256 gigabytes, and this is the non-5G model, and again, it was quite expensive. And on the left hand side here, we had the fake one. This one was released a little earlier than the release of the original one, so for that reason the box is not 100% like the original one. But at this point, as we are speaking, the Chinese have already cloned the box to be exactly like this one, so don't just go by the box to check and see if you guys are getting a fake or a real one. Anyways, here on the back side, this one is giving you more like the specifications of the product. This one is giving you more the contents inside of the box. And then here we have a whole bunch of information that I never read, and on the bottom here we have some logos. So as you can see, the original one has more stuff going around it, at least box wise, and this one on the right side has the Samsung Galaxy Note 10 written as well. This one doesn't have it. The S Pen is also different. Again, this is the white color model as well. That's why I decided to get this in white. And you can see the S Pen is not the same. This one is a little bit longer. This one is blue. This one is white. And the tip are not the same. And the fonts on the bottom here are not the same. So at least on the box side, it is really easy to spot if this is a fake or real one. So again, when you guys are checking, just look at the logos, the fonts. Look at it from the back side, and if something doesn't seem right, guys, it's because most likely you are getting a fake. You can also see the imperfections on the wrapping. That's another thing. The original one doesn't come with wraps around it. Instead, we get a little seal that goes here. And by the way, the seal on this particular one fell off by itself, getting it from Best Buy. So I promise you guys, I haven't opened this device yet. I held it for this video. But again, this is something to notice, that the fake one comes wrapped and this one doesn't. So anyways, let's go ahead and peel this off and see what we have inside. I held all my temptations, guys. I swear I was dying to make this video, and I want to leave it to this point because I know a lot of you guys don't believe. A lot of you guys think that I'm just doing two original devices, and that's not the case. As a matter of fact, I have here another one. This is a big one here. This is about Apple, but I'll keep it a secret for now. So let's go ahead and take a look at the boxes. This one is like a sliding box, as you can tell. Okay, this one is a little different. You have a cover, and then comes the box, and it has the Samsung logo right there. And this one actually has like a little door on the side, more like the previous generation, and then it opens. So the manuals are not put in right. The phone is upside down. Here we have the original Samsung Galaxy Note 10 Plus. You can see this is a beauty, and again, the white color model. Okay, comes with all the protectors and whatnot. So we're going to be setting this aside for just a second. Here we have the Galaxy Note 10 Plus from China. Look at this. This is super incredible. This is where I get super excited. You can see that the logos have been covered. Let's go ahead and uncover this here. Wow, just look at that, guys. This is unbelievable. The unlocked model doesn't have those fonts on the bottom side, as you can see, but the back looks to be very similar. This one is a bit smaller, but it is not the regular Note 10. This is actually the Note 10 Plus, as you can see here from the logo. It is just that sometimes it happens. That's why I think that this is the pre-production model, because the size is not 100%. You can see it falls short a little bit. I would have to guess maybe like 3 or 4 millimeters. The thickness, let me see. The thickness is, yeah, this one is a little bit more narrower, as you can see. It's not as wide as the original. Also, the original has different sensors on the top. You have the SIM tray on the left-hand side of the phone. This one is on the right hand side of the phone. Let's see here on the right side, we have similar antennas. We have similar curves, but again, the size difference we can notice right there. On the bottom here, we can see how the original one has the charging ports centralized. This one are more towards the bottom. The S Pens are different. So yes, you can easily spot it, but that's only if you have a real one side by side, here the buttons are aligning perfectly well. So there we can see some of the differences so far. We have that camera on the middle side here, just like we do on the real one. So let me go ahead and remove here the cover. Well, I can see that the bezels are a little bit thicker as well. I don't know if you guys can see that right there, but the bezels are not 100% like the real one. We have a big chin on the bottom, something that we don't see here on the original one. So there we have it for the body comparison. Okay, they're very close, but not 100%. So anyways, let me set this aside and the fake one aside as well. Inside of the box here we have a divider like we usually do. We have the charger simulating to be the fast charger from Samsung. This seems to be okay, but it's kind of lightweight. Underneath here, let's see what else we have. No, we don't have anything there. Let's see if we have, yep, the USB cable, USB Type-C, and the imitation of the AKG earphones. Look at that, they even have the AKG branding, something that I'd never seen in the past. So again, this is for the fake one, okay? And that's what we get in here. Now let's try the real one. This is so that you guys can check and see the quality control between a fake and an original product. So this is all for the fake. Now here we have the original. Look at that. That's just simply professional. Beautiful. You have a little divider here, and inside we have a different looking charger. And let's see the specifications on this one. This is definitely a fast charger, and I have to look at this away from the camera, but let's see, I can't see exactly all the information, but anyways, you guys can probably see it better than I can. This is a much better charger. Now we have the USB-C here instead of the standard USB port, so now it's a little bit different. That's really cool. We have the original AKGs, and in here I believe we have the USB cable, and yes, USB Type-C to USB Type-C now, which is really cool. And that's what we get inside of the box. And I think here actually we have the adapter so that we can transfer data and whatnot. We have seen this in the past. And once again, that's what we get inside. Let me set the boxes aside and I'll be right back. So coming back here to the devices, once again we can see exactly what I was mentioning before about the bezels on the display. That's because this one is a real 6.4 inch display and this is a true 6.8 inch display, so there's a little bit of a difference right there, and maybe that's why we have a smaller size according to the body comparison that I just did a few minutes ago. You can see that they're not aligning perfectly well. And something that I almost forgot to mention as well is that this one has 4 cameras on the back side. This one is only carrying 1 camera. That's a fake sensor right there. On the original one, that's a depth sensor. Then we have a wide angle lens, a telephoto lens, and a standard lens. On this one, it's just going to be 1 camera, as I said before, and that's all we are getting. So let's go ahead and turn them on. Here we go, 1, 2, 3. And the logos are about the same. This one of course is delaying a lot. This one comes with the MTK65A0, and for the GPU it has the Mali 400, so it is quite outdated, and it has Android Marshmallow underneath. This one has the Snapdragon 855 and the Adreno 640, so in terms of performance there's going to be a big difference. So here we have the display, guys. Look at that difference. And even here on the wallpaper, this is a live wallpaper right off the bat. This one is just stuck there. And when we unlock it, well, that's when they look similar. Now I had to charge this device, so I may have to go a little bit brief here because I only have about 4%. But anyways, what we're looking for here is some of the basics. Look at the fonts. They're quite similar with the exception of the size. This one goes more edge to edge, and this one has bezels on the side. And it is not as curvy. Maybe they did a trick with the glass, but that's about it. And on the bottom here we can see again the big chin. On the top, the cameras, this is a 2 megapixel sensor camera. They're not aligning, and there we can see that bezel on the top with some sensors. So again, I am pretty sure that this was the pre-production model, as it is not exactly 1-to-1, but don't worry guys, within a month or two, you're going to be seeing something very impressive. These guys never give up, and they're going to make exactly the same device that you see here on my right hand side. So let's go ahead and briefly here check on the cameras. Again, the fake one is running out of battery, and look at that, guys. It looks like a potato versus a phone. It is just incredible. The camera is definitely not so great on this first replica. You can see that right there. Again, this is the original Samsung Galaxy Note 10 Plus, and this is the fake one. They don't look similar whatsoever. Let's go ahead and try here the front-facing camera. Now you have a 10 megapixel here on the Samsung Galaxy Note 10 Plus. On the fake one is probably a 1 megapixel camera, who knows? But anyways, there we can see it. You have the camera here of the original and on the fake. I mean, actually the front-facing camera is not so bad considering that this is a replica. Maybe it has a few smudges on the front. Maybe that's why it looks like it's cloudy. So the front-facing camera, I mean, it's not terrible for a replica, but the rear-facing camera is definitely terrible, as you can tell. And even here, the user interface is not the same either. Anyways, let's go ahead and check here the app drawer by sliding up, and we can see the similarities already right here. Again, the fonts, the apps, everything, at least the system apps, are very, very similar. Look at the messages. Look at the phone app. Everything is super similar from one device to the other, and we can't deny it. If it wasn't because of the display, this one will look so similar to the real deal that it would confuse anyone. So anyways, getting here into settings is where things get a little bit weird, I would say. So here we have the real one, and on the camera this looks like a pink color, but in reality is very white actually, and this is the one that looks pink, but in my camera everything looks in reverse. So anyways, here we have the settings. They don't look similar at all. This one has way more options, and you can see the fonts are not the same either. So again, I am about to run out of power here, so let's go here into let's say routine management. Let's go into about device here, and we can see the Android 9.0, but in reality is Marshmallow, as you can tell right there. It is claiming to have 8 cores, but in reality this is a quad-core processor, nothing very fancy. And here it's giving us the information as if it was the original Samsung Galaxy Note 10 Plus dual SIM. And yes, it is a dual SIM device. It comes with 2 IMEIs. This one is a single SIM device, as we know already. So again, here from settings, we can already see the difference. Let's go ahead and check all the toggles. Let's check the toggles here. Excuse me for this. It's kind of hard to work with one hand on this device. So here we can see the differences. Once again, the brightness is set to about the same. But you guys get the idea. I mean, if you don't have a device side by side and you have never physically seen a Samsung Galaxy Note 10, depending on who it is, you can fall for it. But I would say they need to fix the display to make it look more realistic. Other than that, they look super similar. Let's go ahead and check here the S Pen, and you can see on this one it's definitely different. This one is made of I would say like metal, but it doesn't have the button and it doesn't have the gestures either. Okay, so there's a big difference right there. Let me set it aside. This one has the clicking mechanism. It feels a lot smoother. Okay, super smooth, and it has the button. So let's compare it here. The clicking mechanism, like I like to call it, on this one seems to be a lot better. Of course, this is the premium one, and there we have that button that I was mentioning before. So on the S Pen side, they don't even look similar, to be honest with you. Look at that difference. This one is way longer, and I'm talking about the original one, which is the white color one. The colors are different, the design is different, almost everything is different about these two S Pens. But at least they tried. Okay, and again, this is the first replica to be released out there. Don't expect perfection. And no, the S Pens do not fit each other, so I'm not gonna even try that because I could damage this device, and I don't want to do that right now. So anyways, let's go ahead and check here. What's the gesture when you enter the S Pen? And actually there's only one way to enter it, otherwise it doesn't look right. So this is imitating more like the maybe the Galaxy Note 4 or the Note 5 S Pen style. It is not 100% yet. But again, guys, don't think that just because you see this clone not being a one-to-one that they will not create one that looks identical with more power, more RAM. By the way, this one is only carrying 1 gigabyte of RAM, and I think it's about 8 gigabytes of internal storage, or 16, I can't recall right now. But yes, I mean, they're gonna get better very shortly, including the processing power as well. So keep posted, guys, and I'll keep you updated with the latest replicas out there. And now I think that we have completed the unboxing and the comparison of the Samsung Galaxy Note 10 Plus, the first generation of the fake one, versus the real deal. Let me know what you guys think down below. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't done so. Share this video, like this video, and comment below. Thank you again, and I'll see you guys on my next one.